Let's play Pokemon Emerald. Last time we went through Dewford Cave and we had some of our Pokemon evolve. Sorry, first evolutions. We got Fee evolve into Blissey and Mini evolve into Nidorina. I don't know if we'll ever come across a Moonstone, unfortunately. If we do, that'll be awesome. If we don't, well, one day. So this time I am going to be giving Cherry an experience share because I realize this is probably the fastest way to level her up properly. Let's see. That goofy goon hightailed it out of the tunnel. I can go back to digging. Oh yeah, that's right. That guy is digging a tunnel through the thing to Frost Turf. We'll see him later. To get Verdant Turf without using this tunnel, you'd have to cross the sea to Dewford, sail onto Slateport, and then travel through Mauville. You, good sir, have pretty much just detailed what we're doing today. That's right, we are moving on from Rustboro. We've spent a few episodes here. It's time to get off the mainland, and time to punch a Mudkip in the face. With lightning. So, Dewford is actually the site of another gym, as well as Dewford Cave, where there's some story plot happening. And if I remember correctly, even though there was something of a story in Gen 1 and Gen 2, this is like the first time there's something resembling an ongoing story. Oh, how did it go? The Devon goods. You did! You got them back! You really are a great trainer. No, I'm not. I know. As my thanks, I'll give you another Great Ball. Yeah, because the first one went over so well with us. I don't think we caught anything with it. Excuse me, please. Please come with me. That was a bit redundant when you say it out loud. Like, nobody would never naturally say that. This is Devon Corporation's 3rd floor. Our president's office is on this floor. Anyway, I can't tell you how much I'm grateful for what you've done. For some reason, my brain doesn't want to, like, make that make sense in my brain, so I'm just gonna skip by it. By the way, that parcel you got back for us, could I get you to deliver that to the shipyard in Slateport? It would be awful if those robbers tried to take it again. So, could I count on you to do that for me? Oh yeah, that's right. Could you wait here for a second? Sure, why not? You're turning me into your own personal errand kid. I'm, like, what, 11? Our president would like to have a word with you. Please come with me. I love the fact that they play the Follow Me tutorial music for, like, maybe 11 steps worth of, you know, him taking you by the hand. I'm Mr. Stone, the president of the Devon Corporation. I just got word about you. You saved our staff not just once, but twice. I have a favor to ask of an amazing person like you. I understand that you're delivering the package to Slateport's shipyard. Man, I have a hard time with S's today. While on the way, could you stop off in Dewford Town? I was hoping that you'd deliver to Stephen in Dewford. Well, yeah, we were going to be heading there anyway. Sure, why not? Now, you should know that I am a great president. Trump says that too. We'll see. So I'd never be so cheap as to ask a favor for nothing in return. That's why I want you to have this. We got a Pokénav. That device. It's a Pokemon Navigator, or Pokénav for short. It's an indispensable tool for any trainer on an adventure. It has a map of the Hoenn region. You can check the locations of Dewford and Slateport easily. By the way, I've heard that sinister criminals, Magma and Aqua, I believe, have been making trouble far and wide. I think it would be best if you rested up before you— Okay, I didn't read the rest of that. That's my own fault, though. Well then, Paint, go with caution and care. Sometimes, my brain goes faster than my mouth, so I think he said something along the lines of to rest up because you're in for some shit. That one Great Ball on the SS Anne back in Gen 1 ruined me. I'm developing new kinds of Pokeballs, but I haven't made much headway. Oh wow, that's a Pokénav. It came about as a research of our president's desire to learn about the feelings of Pokemon. Would you like me to describe its features in detail? No, I think you'll find out just by trying the Pokénav out. For wanting to know more more about Pokemon's feelings in detail, we have a map and a condition of Pokemon. And this is literally just for contest stats. So, because we haven't, gotten any Pokeblocks in any of them, and we won't for like quite some time, that feature is near useless to us. We're developing a device for talking with Pokemon, but we haven't had much success. I hope that one comes around soon. Actually, I think it kind of did succeed with the Rotom Dex for Gen 7. I'm trying to develop a device that visually reproduces the dreams of Pokemon, but it's not going well. That would be my phone going off because I forgot to turn it to silent. Well, what shall I work on developing next? Our company allows us to make inspirations into reality. One couldn't ask for a better environment for an engineer. Huh. So this is some epic foreshadowing here and here, because Gen 5, when it came out with the Pokemon Dream Radar and the Pokemon Dream System. So the thing that happened there was that we could, and still can, go to the Dream World, which has Pokemon that you can play with, get their hidden abilities, and it was kind of awesome. I don't know if it's still going. I haven't made much use of it, unfortunately, because I'm lazy and I don't want to connect my Pokemon game to the internet unless I really have to. Shocker. And then with the Rotom Dex, we do get to talk to Rotom whenever it, so deigns to. Deigns to? I don't know how to. I've seen it spelled, I've never heard it pronounced. I've been trying to develop a device that resurrects Pokemon from fossils, and it's working. So when we get our fossil Pokemon, whatever they may be, we'll have to come back here. I'm gonna pass by all these guys because they don't give us anything good. Oh, hello. I've been developing an added feature for the Pokénav, and it turned out great. Paint, may I see that Pokénav? The one the President gave to you? Just the one the President gave to us. Are you sure you don't want the one that's been hiding in our butt crack for the past 3 or 4 episodes? Oh, great. Now we have a telephone. Flashbacks to Gen 2 all over again. It won't let us continue until we give this asshole a call. Oh, Paint, since you called me the Pokénav must be working properly. Other people will be registered, so try calling them up too. Good, good. You seem to be quite happy. No, I don't. How could I know that? It's because I'm looking down at you from my office window. Ha 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 ha! See you again. You're creepy. Never call me again. Never talk to me, or my son, or my son, or my son, or my daughters ever again. Is that how that meme goes? Right? Oh, right. We should heal up. Because I know what happens when we see our rival. It usually means we're in for a Pokemon battle. So, you might have noticed the artwork on the right of the game display that keeps updating whenever shit happens, like a Pokemon evolution, or we catch one, and it updates between episodes. This is because I'm using OBS, which kind of just captures in lifetime, and I don't know what I'm gonna catch. And if I stopped in the middle of recording to draw an update as it happens, then I would never get anything done, which is why the artwork changes with every episode instead of right then and there. I haven't quite figured out the ins and outs of editing yet. Oh hey Paint, you had a match call feature button on your Pokénav. Cool, let's register each other so we can get in touch anytime. I do like that little doo-doo-doo jingle. By the way, Paint, I walked by Mr. Brainy in Petalburg Woods, but he was on his way home to his cottage by the sea. How's your Pokédex? Have you filled in any pages yet? Yeah, I got like 8 of them. Sure, why not? Do you even have a full team of 6 yet, dude? I doubt it. I don't want to fight him because his team is still randomized. He's only got 2 Pokemon though, so I shouldn't be too worried. Omastar, a rock-water type? Pretty sure I can just very, very quickly knock this bitch out and then move on to his... What was his Pokemon? Oh, come on, it's got color change too? Fine. Fine. Hidden power. Change it to a bug was right, it is a bug type. And then we can kick its butt with Thrash. Woo! Then we're gonna get a Doom Desire to the face. Tentacool! Okay, so we've seen both Tentacool and Tentacruel at this point. We haven't even learned Surf. Oh boy, that speaks wonderful volumes for how we're going to handle the ocean. Oh, don't tell me we're gonna be knocked out in a single turn with his starter. Ooh, okay. That's okay, we can work with this. Cherry, I know we've had some differences in the past, and I really want you to prove yourself, girly, so go kick his ass, baby. I'll hold your flower. Not to mention you're resistant to that flamethrower. Not very effective, and then we pound. And pound again. What? 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 No way! Man, we're gonna have to figure out how to take out that Tentacool a lot faster. Why is it that I always get the sniffles whenever I have to start recording? Grew to level 16. And then we're gonna hit the Pokemon Center because that knocked out 2 of our Pokemon. By the way, you know Mr. Briny, the guy I just passed? I bet you didn't know this since you just moved to your paint, but Mr. Briny was once a great sailor. Back in the day when I was a kid, I didn't realize that meant, go see Mr. Briny in his house, you butthole, because I was a stupid kid. And I thought that, you were just going to have to figure out how to surf or something, so I went back to Petalburg, tried to challenge the gym there. It wasn't happening because I hadn't beaten the other 4 gym leaders, and, like, I roamed around, like, stuck for ages and ages and ages, until I realized, oh yeah, they said something about the old crazy dude with the Wingull, and basically that's how I got stuck between Rustboro, Petalburg, and Oldale, and Twinleaf. Not Twinleaf, that's Gen 4. And Newbark Town is Johto. Little Root. Yeah, I got stuck there for some time. Hold on, lass. Wait up, Pico. Your paint. You saved my darling Pico. We owe so much to you. What's that? You want to sail with me? You have a letter bound for Dewford and a package for Slateport, then. Quite the busy life you must lead, but certainly what you're asking is no problem at all. You've come to the right man. We'll set sail for Dewford. Pardon me? Dewford it is, then. Acres away, Pico, we're setting sail, my darling. It wasn't until I played as a boy, and I usually play as a girl, that I realized when he said hold up lass, he was referring to Pico, not the player. Oh, god damn it. Oh, Paint! Where are you now? It sounds windy wherever you are. I heard from Devon's Mr. Stone about your Pokénav, so I decided to give you a call. Sounds like you're doing fine, so that's fine with me. You take care now. Thanks, Dad. Thanks. He interrupted me. But you know there's gotta be something going on between that bird and Mr. Briny, because, well, I mean, people don't normally refer to their Pokemon as my darling. Ahoy, we've hit land in Dewford. I suppose you're off to deliver that letter to, who was it now? Oh, Steven. So a few things can happen here in Dewford. If you talk to this fisherman right here, he will give you an old rod. Yay! This town is really, really small. I know how to fish. I know how to fish. I know how to fish. Thank you. I think if we go in here, there's a lot to be said for living on a small island like this in harmony with Pokemon and the family. I think there's nothing here. I left the major port of Slateport City when I married my husband here. Life goes slowly by on this island, but being surrounded by the beautiful sea, that's happiness too. Bitch, don't I know it. I was born in Florida. So this qualifies as This little stretch of land, no more than 3 or 4 pixels wide, is like the whole. Like that qualifies as being part of a route, not just Dewford Town. There's no shop on this island, is there? Shoot. Oh, shoot. Do I even have any Pokeballs? I don't think I do. Let's see, do I? I don't think I do. I have 6 Pokeballs and a Great Ball. If I find anything in the water, I will never be able to catch it. So I'm gonna hightail us back to Petalburg for a minute. Grab some Pokeballs, because there's no shop on Dewford Island, like, at all. So, like, you're pretty much stuck with whatever items you brought with you. And, I do want to try to catch something, you know? We'll be back. So how was everybody's, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day? I am recording on New Year's Day. Hopefully gonna put this out later on when I've, got everything all arted up for the occasion. I don't want to buy that many. 20 should be just fine. I should have just bought that, that in 2 batches of 10 so I could get 2 Premier Balls, but oh well. I remember I said last episode my favorite thing to do was to plan to watch the ball drop in New York City on TV, and then miss it. Hey, aspiration achieved, because I did exactly that. You know, I've never actually seen that little bit of dialogue, because I've always just kind of dealt with the fact that I forgot about the shop, and I just stayed there because I didn't want to take the time to, go back and forth, even though that took like, what, 2 minutes or so? So it didn't take very long at all. But I've always been kind of lazy that way. In this little hut, this cool trainer here will give us a silk scarf. The thing. He'll give us that. And none of my Pokemon really have much in the way of normal type attacks, so we're just gonna hold on to it. Everyone idolizes Brawly. Brawly gonna get his butt kicked. He normally has fighting type fighting type Pokemon. They bug wave and fighting, which is, you know, what he says. I'm not gonna talk to this asshole right here, because this is the guy. A funny thing happened in Gen 3. There was a Pokemon introduced called Phoebus, and Phoebus, is on this route right here-ish. There's a river there, and there's 6 tiles. 6 tiles out of a whole 200 to 250 odd, tiles where you could fish. And it is a Pokemon that you fish up. The problem is, those 6 tiles are randomized. You don't know where they are. Some people, you know, you didn't realize this back in the day, but if you talk to this kid, I like what's hip, happening, and trendy. I'm always checking it out. Listen, have you heard about this new Else treasure? That's right, of course you would know. I mean, sheesh, Else treasure. It's the hottest thing in cool. Wherever you're from, Else treasure is the biggest thing happening, right? If you tell him yes, he says that it's absolutely right, and it's the definition of in. If you tell him no, you can tell him, 2 other words for something that's hip, happening, and trendy, or whatever the frick you just said. When you do that, it changes those 6 tiles for where Phoebus, can be found, which is either a pain in the butt or really helpful. So I'm gonna see what we can fish up. Normally when you use an old rod, you can only catch Magikarps, but everything's randomized. So let's see. Bite. Pokemon's on the hook. If it's just Magikarp, I do kind of want to see what... We saved a Mareep from drowning. And it it's bright red. Oh man, it's been it's been sitting so long under the sun, drowning in the waves that it needs help. It needs to get caught. Okay, no, I'm lying, but damn, this is one tropical sheep. Oh man, if it wasn't for the fact that I have a whole bunch of Pokemon on hand that are actually pretty good, I would definitely have this on my team because Ampharos and Flaffy and Mareep are one of my favorite family. I accidentally killed it. Okay, I really like Mareep, Flaffy, and Ampharos. Um, Half because they're really cute, and half because of the literary reference of "Do androids dream of electric sheep?" Um, a line said, written in a short. I believe it's actually the title of one of Isaac Asimov's um, many science fiction novels or novellas or small books. There's no point in fishing. All I'm gonna get is Mareep, huh? If they'll ever come up again. Alright, I'll just try one more time. Again, I have the sniffles when I want to record, and I apologize for that. Okay, that's not really working out, huh? Okay. Let's try over here. Maybe Dewford Town just has an issue with their fish. Oh, yep, it's just Dewford Town has an issue with their fish being sheep. Huh. A Doduo. I'm not the biggest fan of Doduo, or Dodrio, for that matter. They kind of freak me out. Like, they're fluffball, puffball birds with 2 to 3 heads, and they fly. Yeah, that's right, they can learn fly. It's one of those unfitting moves on a Pokemon. Let's try that again. Let's see if we can actually get like an actual fish. Not even a nibble. Huh. Okay. Well, okay. What do people do if they need to go to a washroom? What if my rod hooks a big one while I'm in the washroom? I just can't go. It wasn't until years later that I realized when this guy said washroom, he meant bathroom. And that he was talking about needing to go take a piss. Like, he's complaining about, what do I do if I have to go take a piss and my rod catches a fish? I have a solution for that. Take your rod out of the water, go take your piss, and come back. I used to do a lot of fishing as a kid, and whenever I had to go to the bathroom, I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I mean, I didn't just sit there waiting. You can hook as many big ones as you want, especially with your Volbeat acting like a lure. Okay. Alright. Paint found of pink scarf. That's actually pretty cool. Pink scarfs raise the cuteness stat whenever you put it on a Pokemon for competitions. Alright, so that guy normally has, I think it's Tentacool and Corphish? Or something? Tentacool and something that's not a Tentacool. Or maybe something else. I don't remember. I remember Tentacool being in there, though. Dusclops. A ghost type. Not bad, not bad. Punch it in the face. If I remember right, these guys actually have insanely high defense for a ghost. Which never really made sense to me, but hey, I guess if you're gonna have a defensive kind of Pokemon, then a ghost would be interesting for that. Let's go for hidden power. Critical hit, not very effective. Fire spin. Why is it that everything has fire spin? Well, not everything, but a lot of things seem to have fire spin. And when I was a kid, I thought fire spin was the most amazing move back in Gen 1. Partially because of the secondary effect of fire spin and bind and other such moves back in the day of if they hit a Pokemon, the one that was afflicted until the effect wore off. So for turn after turn after turn, they would be slowly slowly put down because they couldn't defend themselves. I'm switching out to something else as soon as I can. Oh, poor Turtle. My first Pokemon was actually Squirtle. So War Turtle is definitely one of my favorite starters. Well, let's go with Fee. Fee needs a bit of time to shine. I haven't used her since that battle in the cave. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so Fire Spin, Bind, and all that were some of my favorite moves because of it. But what I didn't know as a kid was that Fire Spin was not exactly the most powerful of fighting type moves. But I remember the anime episode where Ash fought Blaine the first time, where he used his Magmar and his Ninetales and his Rhydon. And at some point somebody said Fire Spin was Ninetales' strongest fire attack, which was a blatant lie at the time because Flamethrower definitely did still exist at that point in time. So it was pretty much just a blatant lie to say that. But, you know, for a long time I thought it was actually a pretty decent move. Oh. Hey, we got a fisherman in our Pokénav. And we've been going for quite some time. I think, yeah, we should call it there for right now. We made it to Dewford. We got a Pokénav. We didn't really catch anything new. Actually, yeah, no, let's go to the cave, catch something, and then we will call it there. So as not to say that we did absolutely nothing of value. If I remember right, there's an item hidden right there. Blue Scarf! It's the same thing as Pink Scarf, except it works with coolness, not cuteness. Oh wait, no, sorry, beauty, not cool, not cute. Beauty, not cuteness, not coolness. Talk to him. Get a Flash HM! Yeah. Normally in this one particular spot of the cave is where you could catch a Pokemon called Abra, and I'm sure y'all know what Abra does, as well as Makuhita, Geodude, and I think that's it. But right now we have a glaringly unfortunate Pidgeotto. No, I don't want a Pidgeotto. Let's see. Let's see. Arcanine! Not my cup of tea either. I'm not really a big fan of a lot of fire types. Not to mention, I think it would be really hard to find something that could contain an Arcanine. Geodude? That's just a normal Pokemon you can find here in this cave, anyway. Let's see. Apricot. Apricot berries. I don't remember what they do, I just remember them being really rare. Raises special defense in a pinch. I almost said raises self-defense, and I'm like, well, you're doing that technically already. Pidgeotto, again. Let's see how well it handles a Thunder Punch to the face. Volt Absorb. That's actually not too bad on a bird. Like your first instinct is to go at it with some electricity like I just did there. That could be an option. The sad thing is I think I can navigate my way through this cave perfectly without actually needing Flash. Aw, it's a baby Pidgey. It's probably got Volt Absorb too, so I'm not even gonna bother. I thought there'd be both Pidgey and Pidgeotto in a cave. TM30 Dynamic Punch. Dynamic Punch ain't too bad. It's a really effective move, a fighting type move with 120 base power. Yes! 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 I want it. Cleffa is like my second favorite Pokemon of all time. My first favorite was Jirachi, but I am definitely getting my hands on the little star-shaped Pokemon. Yes! Yes. Cleffa is one of my favorite, and I think, depending on how good it is, we might just replace Berry with it. Cleffa, star-shaped Pokemon, 1 foot tall, 6.6 pounds. On nights with many shooting stars, Cleffa can be seen dancing in a ring. They dance until daybreak when they quench their thirst with morning dew. And we are going to name this little dude Astro. I think my team is just kind of doomed to be made up of normal types and dragons. And poison types. Sorry, Nidorina, didn't mean to discredit you. Oh, excuse me. Another Cleffa. They must be pretty common in this cave. I don't want to hurt Cleffa. No hurting the little fairies. That's right, they do turn into fairy types with the introduction of fairy types. They are sometimes seen as better than Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff due to their... Oh, words fail me. Especially in the presence of love discs. Absolutely useless Pokemon. What the fuck? I think it's because Clefairy, Clefable, Cleffa have better stats in terms of what you would want from a normal type than Igglybuff and Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff. Normally I don't go running pell-mell down through caves. Ooh, a Smoochum. Not a bad color set of sorts on it. Damn. Paper's just taking all sorts of abuse today. Why can't I escape? Why can't I run away? There we go. Smoochum was a Pokemon that when it was first introduced I really wanted and I could never find. I still, to this day, don't know where you can find Smoochums. And I didn't know, way back, when they were introduced, that they evolve into Jinx. Yeah. They're also always female. They're one of the few Pokemon that are completely locked in at 100% for a gender. Tauros is another one, actually, and so is Blissey. They can only be male for Tauros and only be female for Blissey and Chansey and Happiny. Ah, Sableye. Pokemon that you can actually find here. In a bright, colorful blue. My poor Snubble. I'm going to switch you out. I don't know why I didn't just stock up on potions and stuff, too. This is a problem I've had for a while. Alright. Cherry up front. Where is that stone? There's a stone nearby that I'm looking for. Hello, Sableye. So, I'm operating through this game based off of memory alone. I remember where a lot of hidden items are because I was one of those kids that found things like the hidden items because I had no friends and I had a lot of time on my hands. So I just explored through the Pokemon games through its entirety. And I didn't always have a guide on hand, but I liked to have them, or at least look at them. So I do remember where a lot of items are. Not all of them, but a lot. Why would Attract be a move that Star you could learn? It doesn't have a gender. And it's really, really irritating me with the fact that it's not letting us run away, so... You can curse and scream and yell at us all you like. I'm still going to hit you in the face with Pound. And Return. How? Does this thing even have an attacking move? I don't think it does. I think it's just boosting itself for no purpose. I don't think I've actually seen it do anything. 150 is enough to bring it up to level 17. I don't remember when Dratini next learns a technique. Let's get Berry up in front. Because Because if she evolves, then woohoo for evolution. And there we go, through the cave. Yeah, I never, you know, did the whole, you're supposed to do the gym first and then go through the cave because you can't see for shit. And I'm like, nah, just let me get through the cave. I don't need the flash. I have never really used it. Not even in the original Dark Tunnel for Pokemon Red and Blue. I had just kind of figured it out and then went through because I thought you were supposed to do that. It had been so long since, you know, you got Flash that I figured, you know, you're not supposed to use it there anyway. And I was wrong. Um, I didn't really get a lot of the whole concepts and mechanics of the first Pokemon when I went through it originally because I was like 6 or 7. My name is Steven. I'm interested in rare stones, so I travel here and there. Oh, a letter for me. Pete handed over the letter. Woohoo! Oh, thank you. You went through all this trouble to deliver that. I need to thank you. Let's see, I'll give you this TM. It contains my favorite move, self-destruct. Under normal circumstances, that would have been Steel Wing. Your Pokemon appear quite capable. If you keep training, you could even become the champion of the Pokemon League one day. That's what I think. I know, since we've gotten to know each other, let's register one another in our Pokénavs. Yep. Now I've got to hurry along. When I was a kid, I thought there surely had to be some kind of stone or something in here, because he was in here and he said something about stones and liking stones and having, like, a thing for stones that I thought, surely there's got to be some kind of stone in here, but there wasn't. And I might have been wrong. Well, I think that about wraps it up. I'm gonna get out of this hell cave and back to Dewford. And in the next episode, we will take on the Dewford Gym. Won't that be exciting? I really hate caves because a lot of people complain about Zubats being the worst thing to pop up in caves. No, the worst thing that ever popped up for me in caves was Geodude. I could never evade them. They always came at me, and I don't like Geodude. I don't like its design, and I think it looks a little bit scary. Because I'm a weenie, so I never caught and trained them. But that's it for this time. I think we're going to switch out Peppermint for Astro, if things look good. Let's actually take a look at Astro before I make my decision. Let's see. When did we get... Oh yeah, that's right. Last episode when I was doing grinding, I did catch a Ponyta and I did trade it for a Skitty, and it did come with the name Grump. It has Rockhead. So this little guy has Pickup. Ooh. And Dynamic Punch, Bone Club, Double Seam, and Submission. So we've got one violent little Cleffa. And I think that's exactly what we need. So Peppermint here in the box for a while. I'm not a big fan of Tauros anyway. I'm one of those weirdos that likes to do things based off of appearance, because I like cute Pokemon and I like strong Pokemon, but I'm not a big fan of the more traditionally stronger looking Pokemon. So with that being said, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Emerald, we will be fighting against Brawly. We will see you then.